Buckle up, your cool tech channel is back with a major update. Alright, so for the past couple of years, we've been hearing about AI. It's been this fascinating, almost magical thing that lives inside our computers. We've seen it write essays, create stunning images from just a few words and even code. But for the most part, it's been a tool for generating things. Text, pictures, ideas. It was a powerful assistant, sure, but it was always one step removed from the real world. You'd ask it for something, it would give you an answer, and then you, the human, had to go and do the thing. That whole dynamic, it's starting to change, and it's changing fast. The line between asking and doing is getting incredibly blurry. We're not just talking about incremental updates here. This isn't like getting a slightly better camera on your new smartphone. This is a fundamental shift in what AI is capable of. We're moving from an era of AI as a creative partner to an era of AI as an active agent. So let's start with the one everyone knows, ChatGPT. For the longest time, ChatGPT was the ultimate chatbot. You could ask it anything, and it would give you a well-written, coherent answer. But that's all it was, an answer. If you asked it to book a flight, it would tell you how to book a flight. It would list the steps, suggest websites, and maybe even draft an email for you. But you still had to go to the website, click the buttons, and enter your credit card details. OpenAI is changing that with a new feature that's a total game changer. Support for multi-step consumer-facing platform, or MCP, tools. It's a mouthful, I know, but what it does is simple and powerful. MCP basically gives ChatGPT the ability to use other apps and websites just like a human would. Instead of just giving you instructions, it can now take control and perform the actions for you. Imagine you tell ChatGPT, find me a flight from New York to Los Angeles for next weekend, book the cheapest one, and then find a hotel near the airport. In the past, this was a research task. Now, ChatGPT can actually open a browser interface in the background, navigate to a flight aggregator, fill in the search fields, analyze the results, select the best option, and proceed to the booking page. It's no longer a language model, it's an action model. This is made possible by giving the AI access to a set of secure tools that can interact with external platforms. This move transforms ChatGPT from a know-it-all encyclopedia into a tireless personal assistant that can actually get your life's admin done. While ChatGPT is learning to act, the world of AI image generation is getting hyper-competitive. For a while, the conversation was dominated by Mid-Journey DALL-E. Then Google came along with its Imagen models, trying to muscle its way in. But now, a new contender has entered the ring, ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok. They've just unveiled Seedream 4.0, and it's making some serious waves. It's aiming to take on the best of the best, including Google's latest efforts. And the results are pretty impressive. Seedream 4.0 is designed to create images that are not just realistic, but also contextually rich and culturally aware. ByteDance has an enormous trove of data from its social platforms, which gives it a unique advantage in understanding trends, aesthetics, and what people find visually appealing. So when you ask Seedream to generate an image, it's not just pulling from a generic data set of pictures from the internet. It's tapping into a deep understanding of what's current, what's cool, and what resonates with a global audience. This allows it to create images that feel incredibly timely and relevant. For creators, marketers, and businesses, this is huge. Okay, so we have AI that can act and AI that can create stunning visuals. What's next? How about an AI that can build the very tools we use? This is where things get really meta. A new platform called DeepAgent is making headlines for its incredible ability to build fully functional web applications from a simple text prompt. And when I say functional, I mean it. We're not talking about just a pretty user interface. We're talking about apps with databases, user authentication, and even payment processing integrated right from the start. This is a massive shortcut in the world of software development. The process is mind-bogglingly simple. You essentially have a conversation with DeepAgent, describing the app you want to build. For instance, you could say, I need a simple web app for a freelance photographer to manage client projects. It should let me create a new project, upload photos for that project, set a status like in progress or completed, and send an invoice to the client. Traditionally, building this would take a developer days or even weeks. It would involve setting up a server, designing a database, coding the front end, and integrating a payment service like Stripe. DeepAgent does all of that in minutes. As you describe what you want, it translates your words into code in real time. It understands the relationships between concepts like clients, projects, and invoices, and automatically designs a database schema to support them. The real kicker is its native integration with services like Stripe. While startups are, creating new ways to build apps, the established giants are definitely not sitting still. Adobe, the undisputed king of creative and marketing software, is making a huge push to integrate AI directly into its enterprise-level products. They've introduced a new suite of AI agents within their Adobe Experience Cloud. This is aimed squarely at large businesses. The goal here is to automate the complex, data-heavy work of marketing, analytics, customer experience management. This isn't just about generating a single image, it's really about orchestrating entire business campaigns. Think about a massive company, maybe like an airline or a global retailer. They have millions of customers and they're constantly running dozens of marketing campaigns across email, social media, website. Managing all of this is honestly incredibly complex. It involves analyzing huge amounts of data to understand customer behavior, segmenting audiences, personalizing messages, measuring the results. Adobe's new AI agents are designed to act as tireless digital marketing managers that can handle these tasks automatically and in real time. This is a huge step up from simply looking at dashboards and reports. Adobe is turning its software from a set of tools into an autonomous workforce. All right, let's bring it back from the massive enterprise level to the everyday tasks that fill up our workdays. Dealing with documents, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDFs. The AI assistant Claude from the company Anthropic has just rolled out an update that could fundamentally change this workflow. Claude can now directly edit these documents for you without you ever having to open the application yourself. This is a huge deal for productivity. Imagine you have a 50-page Word document, a complex Excel spreadsheet, and a lengthy PDF report from a client. You need to pull specific information from all three sources, summarize it, and create a new PowerPoint presentation for a meeting that's in an hour. The old way involved a lot of clicking, copying, and pasting. You'd have all these windows open, desperately trying to consolidate everything. It's tedious, and it's where mistakes happen. With the new Claude, your workflow would look completely different. You would simply upload all the files and give it a set of instructions. Take the Q3 sales data from the salesdata.xlsx spreadsheet. Find the key trends. Create 5 summary slides in a new PowerPoint file. For each slide, pull relevant quotes from the clientfeedback.pdf to support the data. Finally, write a brief executive summary in a new Word document based on the fullreport.docs and include the main takeaways from the presentation. Claude would then process all of this, performing the edits and creating the new files for you. It can analyze the spreadsheet, generate charts, design PowerPoint slides, draft the text for the summary. This is more than just a time saver. It's a paradigm shift in how we interact with our files. One of the most immediate and tangible benefits is a massive increase in speed. We're not just talking about computers running calculations faster. We're talking about the time it takes to get from an idea to a finished product or from a problem to a solution, being compressed from days or weeks down to minutes or seconds. This acceleration is happening because AI agents are eliminating the single biggest bottleneck in most processes, the human-in-the-loop delay. Every time a task has to be handed off to a person, there's a pause. AI is starting to erase those pauses. Think about the deep agent example of building an app. An entrepreneur has an idea and explains it to a project manager. The project manager writes up a specification for a designer. The designer creates mock-ups. The designer gives them to a developer. The developer writes the code. The developer sends it to a tester. Meetings, emails, waiting. Deep Agent collapses that entire timeline into a single conversation between one person and an AI. The speed isn't just 10 times faster, it's orders of magnitude faster. The same principle applies to Adobe's enterprise agents. A marketing campaign that reacts in real time is infinitely faster than one that relies on a human analyst to review data at the end of the day. By the time a person notices a trend, the opportunity might have already passed. The AI agent acts on the data the instant it comes in, closing the gap between insight and action to nearly zero. This allows businesses to operate in a state of perpetual optimization, constantly adjusting to the live, breathing reality of the market rather than reacting to yesterday's news. So when you zoom out and look at all these upgrades together, ChatGPT performing tasks, Deep Agent building apps, Adobe's agents running campaigns, Claude editing files, a clear pattern emerges. Old AI, prompt, Answer, new AI, prompt, plan, action, result. We are witnessing a fundamental shift in the core purpose of artificial intelligence. For its entire existence, mainstream AI has been defined by its ability to process information and generate an output. It was a system for answering questions. Now, it is becoming a system for taking action. This is the single most important development in AI since the rise of large language models themselves. This transition from answer engine to action engine is a monumental leap. An answer engine is passive. It waits for your query, provides a response, and its job is done. An action engine is active. It takes your intent, formulates a plan, and executes that plan in the digital world. It interacts with the same interfaces we do, buttons, forms, APIs, to achieve a goal. This shift changes our relationship with technology. We are moving from being operators to being managers. Instead of meticulously clicking through a dozen steps to accomplish a task, we are now articulating a desired outcome to an AI agent and supervising its execution. Our role becomes more strategic. We are the ones setting the goals, defining the constraints, and making the final judgment calls, while the AI handles the tedious, step-by-step implementation. This elevates our own work, allowing us to focus on creative problem-solving and high-level strategy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below. Your feedback helps us grow and create better content for you.